Hi, my name is Sarah and I chose international students as the group to interview. As a supervisor here at the University of Houston, I hire at least 10 or 15 students each semester, and there's a good chance that 4 or 5 of them are international students. So as I do talk to my students on a daily basis, I do not have a lot of time to actually get into a deep conversation about what my students and other international students go through while they're here in college. So I had a personal reason of why I felt like I should look a little deeper into what these students go through on a day-to-day basis. I interviewed one male international student and one female international student. I randomly chose these students from my staff that I currently am supervising without even realizing that they are both from different parts of Africa. So after looking at the interviews from each student, I realized that it was like night and day. One student was really able to understand what I was talking about as we talk about how they tend to stay in one group of people that they are more alike, whereas the other student was a little confused because he felt like he talks to everybody and he doesn't really have a group that he sticks to. So that was kind of surprising to me because I figured as an international student coming to a country that you do not know anybody, that you would naturally find those students that are just like you. And in the beginning of the conversation, I mentioned that. I asked if they had been to the international office, see if any of the stuff they had could help them, and the responses I got were, it's all academic. It's not a lot of social help of how to meet new people. So with the first question about what was most interesting would be how every student is completely different. Everyone has a different experience, and yet we all seem to categorize them as international students. When it comes to theories and what we learned from this class, I think from this class to me, when we talk about racial identity, I felt like that played a big part in my interview process because both students were from the same place, but they completely look different. And that really plays a part on it. When you just meet them, you wouldn't have thought that they both came from Africa. But that is from an opinion of what I see on TV and what other people see on TV and or other research that they have looked into. The other thing that I felt like was the identity development. One of the big things that was shocking from the interviews is that most international students come to college for personal reasons, for education, for other reasons that we may not know of. But one of the interviewers shared with me that most international students, as soon as they get here, they throw away their values from their culture, from where they are from. So, for instance, they don't dress the same that they would if they were back home. Or some students continue to do the same things that they would do back in their country here. So it really depends on that student if they are coming here to break completely free from their home or if they are coming here just for the education and they want to continue bringing their values and their beliefs here with them. So in the theories in my student development course that I'm currently taking, there's a lot of theories called identity theories. And I feel like that these different theories really can relate to international students because if they're coming here and they're saying that they don't value what they were taught from their parents, they might be looking for new values, and they're going through those stages of who am I, why am I here, things like that. Lastly, if I could tell you guys what I would want you to get from this interview is every international student is different. Some students hang out only with their kind, like one of my interviewees. She told me that she hangs out with her kind that came from the same place as she did because that's her safe place. She feels at home. She feels like she has people to protect her. But she also realizes that it is safe, but it could be hurting her because she is still not getting outside of that box, which is the real reason why she came here. As for the male student I interviewed, he actually surprised me by saying that he hangs out with everybody. He does not identify with a group at all. He has some friends that he naturally roomed with or met they were from the same country, and then others were born here in the U.S. that he has just met through other things and happened to find people. The one suggestion that they made was that they felt like the International Office and Student Affairs could do a better job of helping them network when they first get here. So a suggestion they had was a mentor program. So as an international student comes to campus, they would automatically be given a mentor student that is a U.S. student. That way they are already building those networks and kind of getting outside that safe zone. So now they're meeting people that they don't even know. So my interviews were very impressive to me because I even got to know a little bit more about my students, and it also helped me know in the future of how to help international students when they first start working for us, especially if this is their first freshman year and they haven't experienced a real job and they come work for me on campus. I would actually continue this interview even though after we're done with our videos and see if I can find out a little bit more about international students, because the female and the male that I interviewed were completely night and day. So that automatically tells me that every international student is not the same. But a little bit more investigation should be done so that I can take all the different puzzle pieces of international students and try to put them together to kind of get a real good grasp of what our international students need from us as student affairs professionals to help them grow and develop and get the full college experience. Well, that's all I have. Hope you guys have a great day.